Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and I wanted to share with you guys some products that I feel the majority of people would have some really good use for. Regardless of what you do for work or in your personal life, I think one or maybe a couple of these products would definitely come in handy. Now, as you guys can tell, these are cutting tools or box cutters from a company called Slice. Now, I came across their company in an ad and I decided to reach out to them because I was pretty intrigued by some of the materials that they were using and then some of the features that their cutting tools had. Now, they were gracious enough to send me a sampling of some of the different models they have available, but they have a lot more available on their site. So I'll leave a link to their site below in case you guys are interested in checking them out. Now, I personally use a cutting tool of some sort pretty much on a daily basis, whether it's at home or at work. I always find myself opening mail, a box, packages, things like that. So I either use a pocket knife that I might have clipped onto my pocket, or if I'm at home, I have a dedicated opening tool, which is this right here. And this is it's just a box cutter. I really like the design. This is actually a gift from somebody a few Christmases ago. It was a package of 3 in 3 different colors, and basically you clip it onto your pocket and it has a little thumb stud right there. You open it up and then you have your metal blade right there. Again, it's kind of like your standard box cutter, but instead of it being the one that you kind of ratchet out or anything like that, it has more of a folding knife feel to it. So this is what I normally use when I'm opening up mail or packages at home. If I'm at work or something like that, I'll typically use a pocket knife that I have in my pocket or a pair of scissors or something like that. So what makes the box cutters and cutting tools from Slice different? Well, let me go ahead and start with this guy here. Now, this is the one that I saw in the ad and the reason that I decided to reach out to them. So this is their box cutter. And one of the first things that you can obviously tell is the design of the box cutter itself. It is very unconventional. It has this kind of hook that loops around like that. So obviously it's very different than you would normally see a box cutter be. But there's a reasoning for that. So let me go ahead and take this guy out of the packaging here. Now, I have been testing him out already, so I can tell you that it's held up really well to a lot of box opening. I've been opening up all the boxes that I can get my hands on, mail and stuff like that at work, so I can test it out, and it's been handling very well. So again, we're taking a look at this guy here. This is the box cutter. Now, this one right here is the manual one. And what that means is that you have to physically push the blade out and then retract it back in. This guy up here is their auto retract. So by all intents and purposes, it's the same exact thing. The only difference is this blade automatically retracts versus this one right here, you manually have to retract it. So the key thing with all of the tools from Slice is that they all use ceramic blades. Now, I have never used a ceramic blade in this form factor as far as a box cutter or a box opening device or something like that. I've seen some pocket knives and stuff like that with ceramic blades, but for the most part, I've never seen it used in this fashion. And after using it, I was pretty happy to see that it definitely lived up to what it said it would do. So again, this guy right here, you have the little, I guess you would call it trigger or thumb trigger up here, and basically all you do is you push down on it and push it out, and there's 2 stages to the blade. So this middle one right here actually protrudes the blade just a little bit. Now, this is perfect if you don't want to go too deep into whatever it is that you're opening, and then if you push it, it actually comes out a little bit more, so this will give you a little bit more length. If it's a thicker box or something like that, you can go ahead and get in there. Now, the reasoning for the shape of the box cutter here is actually for ergonomic purposes. So, and I'll show you guys later a little bit of a demo of me using some of these different things to open up different types of packages and stuff like that. But basically what you do is it allows you to actually place the box cutter flat on whatever it is that you're opening, and it gives you better control. So when you drag the box cutter to open up the package or the box or something like that, you don't have to worry about it wobbling around or or whatnot. And then the ability to have different depths actually allows you to not have to push in so hard to open up the boxes or something like that. So I think this is a really cool and innovative design. It's got like more of a rubbery feel on the inside there, so it locks really nice in your hand. And then the other thing is that this you can actually just kind of slide it into your pocket, and then because it has that hook design, it actually clips onto your pocket, which is really, really cool. Now, the blade can actually be changed out without having to use any tools. You just kind of press in on the side right there, and then you just pull the blade out and you just replace it. But one of the cool features of a ceramic blade is it actually lasts a lot longer, and by the packaging it says it lasts up to 11 times longer than your standard metal blades or steel blades, which is really cool. So it's very easy to go ahead and swap it out, and you even have a built-in storage for extra blades right here in the handle. So again, you just slide that piece out, and you would have an extra blade right in there. So if you do need to switch it out, you can go ahead and do that. Now, the other really cool thing about ceramic blades is that they are very, very sharp. So they'll cut, you know, very easily, but they won't cut skin. So they're very safe. As you guys can see, I am running the blade on my finger right there, and it's not cutting, but it will cut into a box just like a regular steel blade. So you know, it is really cool. So you're getting all of the features of a steel blade, but you don't have to worry about it keeping it oiled. It's not going to rust or anything like that. It's not a metal blade, so it's not going to stick onto things and stuff like that. And you know, it makes it very easy to swap it out and replace it. Now, the one thing is you do have to purchase the replacement blades directly from Slice because they're the particular size and stuff like that. But again, because they last so much longer, you're not going to have to worry about purchasing so many of them or that often like you would steel blades. So I think this is an awesome kind of starting point if you guys are looking for a box opener. If you open up a lot of boxes at work or at home, you know, maybe you're a YouTuber and you get a lot of mail and stuff like that, this is a really cool product to actually have in your arsenal there. So again, this is the manual. Let's go ahead and take a look at the auto one. And like I mentioned already, by all intents and purposes, the auto is exactly the same as the manual. The only difference is when you push the blade out, there is not those two stages, so you have to manually kind of gauge where you want it, and then as you lift your thumb, it actually retracts back in there. So it's pretty safe. You know, it doesn't keep the blade exposed. Maybe you forgot to retract it, it'll retract on its own. Obviously, it is also green, so the for the most part, what I've noticed is the autos will be green and then the manuals will be orange, like you see here. So I don't know if that's the case in all their products, but in some of the ones that they sent, that's the way it is. So again, two different options, the auto one and then the manual. They're exactly the same size and they work exactly the same way. Like I mentioned, I will be showing you guys later on in the video a little bit of a demo on how to do that. So set this to the side, and then we'll look at these other three products here. Now, obviously, these are going to be more for what I would say personal use. So the two big box cutters are perfect for the type of people that work maybe in a warehouse or you're opening up a lot of boxes, so you want something sturdier, something bigger and stuff like that. If you're not opening up that many boxes and you have, you know, but you still want to have something maybe in your pocket or in your desk at work or something like that, then these three options are going to be something that you're going to want to look at. So we'll start with this one here. So this is obviously the ceramic blade. So it's a ceramic pen cutter, and this is the manual version. Again, they also have an auto version of this one. So let's just get into it. It's got a perforated portion in the back there, so you can just slide it out very easily. So again, this is it looks more like a pen. It's a pen style. So you have right there, so I have the first stage, so the blade only pops out a little bit, and then if you keep going, it pops out a little bit more. This is perfect if you want something thin, you know, to make more precise cuts. Maybe you're cutting some paper or something else for a project or something like that. This will give you a little bit better grip and control over what it is that you're cutting, and you're able to do that. You also have this lanyard hole in the back there, so if you want to maybe attach like a key ring to it or a lanyard or something like that, hang it, you know, from your desk at work or the wall or something like that, maybe in your shop, you can go ahead and do that. So this is a great option for, you know, something some projects that maybe are a little bit smaller. Speaking of smaller projects, we can get down to this one here. This is the mini cutter with ceramic blade. Again, these blades are safer than metal blades. They're non-metallic, so you don't have to worry about them rusting or anything like that. This one is perforated in the back also, so we'll pop it open. And again, this one is a little bit smaller there, but it is an auto one, so as you push it out, you can go ahead and use it, and the blade actually retracts right in there. Very, very thin, so this is perfect for maybe you want to keep it in your car to, you know, you pick up the mail, you need to open it up, you can use something like this to be able to do that, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. Let's see in the back. So again, auto-retractable, longer lasting ceramic safe blade, and it does have a built-in magnet also, so that's really cool. Again, I'll show you guys later on in the video. If you have to, maybe you have a metallic surface, you just kind of want to place this there to hold it, you can go ahead and do that. And then last but not least, we have the littlest guy right here. Now this is the safety cutter. So basically what this is a small little slicing tool, and as you guys can see, the little arrow right there is pointing at the blade protruding from the body. It's a little bit rubbery, so it's going to have some positive grip to it. But this is, again, the blade is barely protruding out of there. So this has a couple really awesome uses for it. So if you cut, maybe you cut a lot of coupons or things like that, this is perfect because it gives you great dexterity to be able to do that. If you maybe some wrapping paper, you wrap a lot of presents, you can go ahead and use this guy. Again, the blade will last a lot longer. It's a lot easier to use than scissors or a pocket knife or something like that. You also have a lanyard hole right there, and I believe this guy is also magnetic, so you also have a magnet that's built into him as well. So that's really cool. So again, as you guys can see, there are quite a few different tools, and this is not even all of the ones that they offer. They have a couple scissors and a couple of different box cutters and safety knives and stuff like that on their site. So again, I will leave the link to their site below if you guys want to go ahead and check those out. But there's pretty much a little bit of something for anybody, and it doesn't matter what you do, personal life, work life, and stuff like that. I think Slice definitely has you covered. Now, one really cool thing that I read on their site is that they actually donate a minimum of 1% of corporate worldwide sales to various autism research programs. So that's really cool also, because you can feel good about purchasing the products and knowing that some of the money is going to be going to a good cause. So let me go ahead and adjust the camera so I can show you a little bit of an example of how to use these guys. Alright guys, so let's take a look at some examples. I just have a box right here. So this is a standard box that you would get from Amazon. If you guys are ordering a lot of stuff from them, you guys are familiar with these boxes. Basically just like any other box, just kind of taped down right down the middle. So as I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, this is what I would normally use. Now first things first, this is the depth of the blade going into the box. So if it's something fragile, maybe it's taking up a lot of the box, you definitely have to be very careful when you cut into it. So you end up having to kind of adjust your grip to lay it more flat. Now, as you guys can tell, that's obviously not going to give you the best cutting angle that you would. And then, it's exposing the blade to go deeper into the box and damaging what you have in there. So something like this, which is the box cutter from Slice, would be the perfect usage for it. So what you're going to do is just, again, depending on how much depth you want the blade to go into the box itself, you have that first stage or the second stage. So I'll just use that one. And basically what you're going to do is just going to push it into the box and lay it flat. Let me see if you guys can make that out. Yep. Let me go around the camera here, better angle, there we go. And then, as you guys can tell, the blade and then the back of the cutter are resting on the box itself. And then all you have to do is just drag it back and it opens up the box that easily. Now, because you have more control, the cutter is not going to be flying out, maybe cutting somebody else by mistake or something like that. Obviously you can go ahead and use it on the side right here and just do the same thing, cut it open very easily. Now I did want to show you guys with some of the other ones while I open up the other side of the box. So again, this one right here is the pen cutter, the manual version. So again, a little bit or the whole thing, and then all you have to do is just it gives you a little bit more control to be able to open up the box if you need to, and then be on your way. So just so you guys can see the power that these cutters have. So again, you're not losing any type of cutting ability or anything like that from a standard ceramic or steel blade by using the ceramic blades. Again, these cut very well, very easy. They don't get hung up or anything like that. And if you don't need it to be that deep, you can just go ahead and use that first one, and then you can actually lay it flat on the box. Let me see, there you go. Lay it flat on the box right there, and then just drag it back, and you're gonna get a perfect cut every time. So that is how it'll handle cardboard, which the majority of us would be using it for that. But what about if you have something else? So maybe you have an envelope like this. Now this one is actually empty, so I just wanted to show you guys. Again, this one right here being the mini cutter. This is the auto retractor, so just pull it out, and then great cuts all the time. Very, very easy. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and retract the blade, and there you go. Same thing with the safety cutter here. Again, it's only a little bit of the blade that's actually being exposed, but this is, you know, cutting very, very, very well, very easy, very fast. But again, it's not cutting in very deep. So with the mini cutter, you get a full depth cut. With this one, it's actually just kind of cutting the surface. So this is going to be perfect again for something very thin like paper, cutting up coupons, wrapping paper, things like that, because you're not going to go all the way through, so you're not going to have to worry about cutting the items underneath or anything like that. And then last but not least, another example is these envelopes here. So if you guys are ordering things and it's coming in these kind of bubble envelopes, again, the mini cutter is perfect for this. You can just go ahead and cut it open, and there you go. This one actually went all the way through. Luckily, it didn't cut the top, but you know, you can go ahead and gauge it. So you know, if you want to use the pen one, you can do that too. And in that one, I wasn't really, you know, pressing in too deep. So again, this is where having the ability to have a shorter amount of the blade sticking out, but more control, it lets you cut in different areas and stuff like that, so it makes it more precise. Let me go ahead and adjust the camera so I can show you guys now the magnetic features of both the mini cutter and the safety cutter. Alright guys, so I went ahead and adjusted the angle. This is the top of my workbench where I record the majority of my videos, and this is actually just a metallic piece here. So again, here is the mini cutter. This one has a built-in magnet, so I can just stick it in right there, and it's always available whenever I need it. Also, the little safety cutter here has the magnet too, so I can go ahead and place that one there. So again, both of them are readily accessible. They're easy to find. I'm not having to hunt around in a drawer or something like that for them. So if you have a metallic surface that you can stick them up, you can go ahead and do that. The safety cutter does have a little lanyard hole also, so you can go ahead and put a lanyard on it if you wanted to. Makes it easier to find. But again, the fact that they do have the built-in magnet on both of these is a great addition. Alright guys, so as you can see, there is a ton of uses for all of the products that Slice offers. Their box cutters, their mini cutters, their pen cutters, and basically anything else that is available on their site. So again, if you guys are interested, I will leave a link below to their site. You can go ahead and check them out. They are pretty affordable for the features that you're getting, and especially because the fact that the blades last 10 to 11 times longer than your standard steel or metallic blades. You don't have to oil them, you don't have to worry about them rusting or anything like that, and they are very, very safe. Again, here is my hands. As you guys can tell, I am sliding the blade on top of it, and you know, all of them, you don't have to worry about them cutting you, but they will cut through pretty much any other material that you might need to very, very easily. So there it is. These are the cutting tools from Slice. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.